On the Next Up Bodybuilding podcast, we have two special guests. Now, these are like my little mentees, my little athletes. We have one, Coach Kellz, and two, Max. They just got done competing at the IndyPro. Both of them men's physique competitors. Plays very well. Super proud of these guys. This is their first show. And with that, I'll let Kellz and Max introduce themselves.
Coach Kellz. Yeah, I'm 23, from Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, first show.
Nice. What's up, Max?
All right, Max, also known as that buff engineer, obviously. 22, originally from California, moved to Indiana about a year ago.
Okay.
And decided my first year here that I'd want to compete in bodybuilding competitions. So
Yeah, nice. You guys are pups. You guys are young. I forget that sometimes.
you're
So-
old, David.
I know, 28, gonna be 29 at the end of August. I'm an old man. Ugh. But no, this whole experience was like so much fun for me, and like seeing you guys develop and grow into the sport, and seeing you guys up there on stage was just awesome. Yeah, I got a lot of satisfaction from it. So personally, selfishly, I love seeing you guys compete. But Kellz, like, kick it off. Like, why in the hell did you want to do this? Because you're a big food guy.
I didn't know that I was going to cut out some food to do this. I did not know that.
By food, we mean Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah, by food means Papa John's, cheese.
But I didn't know that eggs was going to have to go. I didn't know, the carbs and stuff was going to have to go. Yeah, I just thought I was going to have to like get big or whatever and just compete. I didn't know I was going to have to like tone out like how I had to. So it was a big shock to how it happened.
Gotcha. And what made you want to do it?
My guy Earl, he was in the gym one day and he was saying how he was going to do another show, and he was like, "Yeah, you want to do it?" I was like, "Shoot, sure, why not?" So I just got into football about a year ago, so I needed something to bring back the competitive edge, because working out it gets kind of just like kind of boring a little bit, just working out just cause. So
Yeah.
towards something to compete for, and that's why I was like, all right, I work out anyway, so this should be something that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Not easy at all, but that was the mindset going into it.
I just got to get big and show up.
Get big, show up.
That's what we did.
That's exactly what you did. I think you when we first got together, you weighed like 198, and then you were probably on stage, what, 194?
Yeah.
I mean, you did pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. Max, what about you? What made you want to hop on stage?
So for me, I started working out probably first year of college. I'd say 5 years ago now. And before then, I was always a soccer player. Of nature, kind of the same story as Kellz. But once I got to Indiana, my physique started growing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Everyone was just telling me, you should compete. And I was looking for that competitive drive again. And I was also already thinking about competing, whether it would be in powerlifting or in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I just finally met the right people that, showed me the path to my first competition and just said, screw it, let's do it.
That's awesome. No, I get it, because like that was me too. Like both of you guys, you're gonna go to the gym regardless, probably for the rest of your life, till as long as you can. And the gym's an amazing place to be, therapeutic, whatever you want to call it, church. But then outside of work, you need something that's a challenge, right? And for me, that became bodybuilding, kind of like you guys. I always had an interest, didn't know if I was like really qualified, and then there's enough right people around you that kind of lead you towards that direction, that push that you're looking for. And then, next thing you know, you're all greased up and tanned up and on stage.
Yeah, really the only thing holding me back initially was just not knowing how to take those first steps.
Yeah.
That's why meeting you was a blessing in disguise, because you showed me how to actually take those first steps or where to begin. So.
Yeah. What were those first steps? What would you guys say?
Kellz, what were your first steps?
The first steps, um, probably just the mental aspect of it, just like the unknown. I didn't really know what it took to become a bodybuilder or anything like that. So Dave was like breaking it down, like, okay, diet is really the first thing. We didn't get into posing until like kind of like late. Really, it was all about the diet at first, and so that was the biggest thing for me. Me wanting to eat all the time, eat anything. David cutting out my cheese and cutting out my waffles and all that stuff was like, this is serious. This is for real. So that was the first steps, is mentally preparing for what I had to change out of my daily lifestyle.
Yeah. What about you, Max? What were your first steps?
For me, it was really just about commitment. It wasn't for you. I remember telling you, hey, I want to compete. And you literally sent me back a text saying, all right, May 8th. Like that was the only reason I competed, was because you set a standard for me and I wanted to meet that standard. So I said, all right, May 8th, that's when it's going to be. It's when I'm going to be ready.
Yeah.
Me too. I definitely wouldn't have stuck with it if it wasn't for David, because if it was just me doing it by myself, I would have cut it 2 weeks in. So if it wasn't for David, I would have definitely cut it. I don't feel like I was gonna waste David's time. I would have cut it.
Yeah, definitely. I understand. Like, and I think you guys do now. Is definitely a team sport, right?
Yeah.
Acting coach for you guys, leading you in that direction, but then even outside of me, like, you guys had a ton of support from either my wife, right, looking at you posing, being like, David, like, get them to tweak this. Your girlfriends, they were all big helps. Show day, flawless dark tan, sending all the tan stuff, making sure you guys are wearing the right shorts on stage, having that great presence. It's like you said, you can't do it by yourself. It really is that team effort. And I think I just posted that picture earlier today of like all of us together. And it's like, all right, these are the people that made this happen, right? You guys are the only ones on stage, but there's a lot of shit that goes in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even everyone just at the gym saying, good luck, you look great. All those little compliments doing there helped out a lot, just mentally.
Definitely.
Yeah, huge shout out to Alana. I wouldn't be right if I didn't say that. Huge shout out to Alana. If it wasn't for her, my diet would not have been with David. I don't cook, so if Alana wasn't there to help me, I would have been eating Papa John's. So shout out to her.
Huge shout out to my Instapot. I can't even plug this there. Get yourself an Instapot.
An Instapot, what is it? Air fryer.
Oh, okay.
A Costco membership.
I got that now. I'm hip. I'm hip to Costco now.
If you think you're going to save money getting a Costco membership, you're wrong, though, for sure.
Yeah. You'll spend it somewhere in there, but I remember, I think specifically Kellz sent me a text one day. He's like, bro, like, these egg whites are so expensive. And I was like, what do you mean?
It was expensive. It was like $6 a bottle. And I was using a bottle a day. I'm like, how do you not go broke with this? He's like, you don't. You just go broke. I'm like,
you go broke.
You just go broke.
You definitely go broke. But I was like, what do you mean? Like, egg whites are so cheap. And then I found out, like, you weren't sourcing them from the right vendor, aka Costco.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where there's certain like food groups I buy from certain places. Like, I'll get my shrimp on sale and I'll just stock up when it's at Kroger's. I get my meat from Don's Butcher, right, in Indianapolis, like chicken and beef. They got great like ground sirloin for like $5.99 a pound, which is just it's the cheapest thing imaginable. And everything else, like almost literally everything else, comes from Costco. So that they definitely do play a big role. So shout out to Costco. I got that executive membership. I get my 2% back. So what was like one of the biggest surprises for you guys? I think Kellz, would it be fair to say like the diet that took you by surprise?
Got me. It got me. I
Okay.
agree with that.
What about you, Max?
I remember the biggest surprise was you telling me, "Don't flex your chest."
Yeah.
That's literally like just the posing in general, but that specific, like, don't flex your chest. Like, okay, I thought we were supposed to be flexing everything. The posing for men's physique is completely different than what you'd expect. Um,
Yeah.
it feels very unnatural at first, but you really gotta do your best to make it look natural. Um, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
hit me by surprise.
Kellz, how was posing for you?
I'm not a good dancer,
Yeah.
so that definitely was a hard thing to pick up. I know that locking my knees was a big thing.
Yeah.
Not squeezing my back, that was a big thing, and I know you're getting fed up with it a little bit. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get this down. I gotta get it down. So I just put my head down and worked, and it kind of came pretty natural after a while. So
Yeah. I'll definitely agree with Max. Like initially, like it feels wrong and unnatural. Some of the poses, like if you've never hit a lat spread and opened up your back, like it's kind of funky. It's kind of awkward. It'll take you some time. And then I remember Max, you were in the gym. And you're always like hitting front double buys and front lat spreads, and I was like, what is this guy doing? And you try to bring that same posing style to men's physique, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, the little tweaks, just like, you gotta have someone to really look at you and tell you what you need to change. Because like just opening up a little bit more lat in there
Yeah.
just makes you look bigger than you actually are. All the illusion.
Max, tell a story. And I think Kellz, we did the same thing with you. That first time I made you pose.
first time was it when I was was I at home?
No, it was definitely in. I know Max. It was in the gym.
I don't remember. I know my first like couple attempts trying to pose. It's like trying to bring my lats out. Like one would come out and the other one wouldn't come out, and it was like how do you bring your lats out? Like I've
Yeah.
always looked at weights, but I didn't know that mind muscle connection to be able to bring my lats out. So
Yeah.
that was. But once I knew how to do it, it was second nature. So
Okay. That's awesome. And then I know Max. One time you were like, all right, I want to do this. I want to compete. And I was like, all right, take your shirt off. And you were like, what, here in the gym? And I'm like, yeah, or else. I'm seeing it right here.
No. That wasn't even the worst part. It was you trying to see, all right, men's physique and classic. Then you go, okay, take your pants off.
Yeah.
So literally in the middle of the gym, this dude makes me take my pants off, and he was like, okay, yeah, men's physique for sure.
Yeah. At 22, you got a couple more years before your legs grow in. Then you can think about classic. But for now, it's definitely men's physique for the both of you. I hope you guys can grow into the sport. I myself am comfortable with where I'm at. I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like? That show day. Or let's take actually a step back. That Friday when you checked in, because this is your first time. I think I tried to prep you guys as best as possible, of like what it was, without really overloading your plate and having you think too much. What was like that Friday with Dave Bowers putting on the show, that check-in process, that Friday meal that we had? How was all of that?
It was all pretty natural to me because it was kind of like a Friday before like a game, like game
Yeah.
for football. It was like that pre-game meal, and then like going to like the check-ins, like it's like showing up to the hotel for football,
Yeah.
checking in basically. So it wasn't anything like new to me. It was all kind of just like natural. I didn't get
Okay.
any like nervousness or jitters at that point. It wasn't until the next day and I got all that stuff. So yeah, that Friday was pretty chill for me.
Okay. What about you, Max?
Um, one of the biggest recommendations I have is definitely try to do as little as possible that day. So for me, taking work off that day was being able to, sit there and get my mind right and not have to worry about,
Yep.
getting work done. That was a big help. But once I got to the hotel, I was like, okay, there's some big dudes here, start a little bit more. Like, all right, everyone here looks like this, their 100th competition, and I'm a little fish in a big sea. But it was all smooth sailing, really. It was, just get in there, get your paperwork done, weigh in, and everyone's there in the same shoes you are.
Yep.
You start to realize that more time to spend around these people.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't you say, I think at the competitors meeting, when Dave asked, like, whose first time competing it was it? And, like, you said half the crowd raised their hands.
Yeah, it took me by surprise. You see all these people that look like they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
But, he asked who's the first time competitor, and I'd say 3/4 of the crowd raised their hand. So.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Okay. And then definitely one part I want to touch on is the tan. So Max, you
Worst part.
you guys did great, by the way.
Kellz said it was fun. I mean, I don't know if this has
I didn't say
something
fun.
to do-
I didn't say it was fun, but it wasn't the worst prep for me.
Man out here, right? So, yeah, I would say the tanning was one of the worst parts.
Yeah.
One of the worst parts.
It's never too much fun. But you guys had great color. And
Not
was
only
able
the shaving and the preparation for it,
Yeah.
having to stand in the shower naked while someone else shaves my back for me.
Yeah. That was an experience
That was
too.
fun. Yeah, that was like, definitely warming yourself up for getting out of your comfort zone, right? So.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, it's a team sport. You can't reach your back. You need some help there.
I ain't never shaved my legs before, so again, shout out to Alana for that one.
Kellz, you gonna keep them shaved from now on, or what are you thinking?
I hated how they were rubbing together when I was asleep. I did not. I did not like that at all. So yeah, I'm ready for them to go back. I'm sleeping in sweats for the next probably week or so.
Okay, that's hilarious.
And then your hamstrings start when you sit down in your chair.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can't put lotion on or anything like that. You gotta you kind of have to like let your body get ashy, like all of it.
Yeah.
But then you guys look great on stage, right? I joke around all the time saying like 80% cocoa, but like your color was some of the best out there, and it really helped you, display your posing and all that great stuff. So which is really cool.
David, you were always pushing for the darker the better, and for me it was like, okay, it's hard to see if that's true or not, but I mean it really was true. The dudes who were darker on stage really did look better under all that light. So.
Yeah, you gotta
get in your room. You're looking at each other and you're like, wow, this is too much right here. Especially white boy McGee. I can't even see me. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, you guys did great with that. How do you like? I know I pushed you guys specifically in the direction to get Chula shorts, but for us, they're the best fitting, best design. What were your thoughts?
I liked them. I mean, I've never worn anything else, but
Yeah,
for my first time, I definitely liked how they fit and how they like showed like the V cut and like how they like sag just a little, like just enough to where it's not too much, but just enough to where you can still see the cuts.
yeah,
I definitely like the design of it, the feel of them. So
yeah. You got the like Versace ones, I think, or something like that.
yeah, they look like Versace.
Yeah.
For me, just looking at men's, Google images, men's physique, you see a bunch of different types of shorts, and you see the older style where they're baggy and they go right down to the knees, and then the more modern style, which is a tighter, slim fit. That's really what the Chula I feel like embraced, and they fit really well. And I feel like they just look, I guess, more updated, up to
Yeah.
date, and just overall make your legs look better on stage too.
Definitely make your legs look better, your quads just pop a little bit. Have you guys noticed, like, even backstage, I'd probably say about 60-70% of the guys back there had those shorts on. So it's like you're in good company, right? And she makes enough
Feel
where,
like you fit in, right? Even just the mental state makes you feel like you fit in and you belong there.
yep, you're in the right place.
Like you see those dudes back there with like Rip Curl, like they just got done at Walmart buying some Rip Curl shorts.
I can't help everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so look, we got through Friday. You guys enjoyed Texas Roadhouse. That's a ritual, right? My Instagram name is IFBB Steak and Cake. I got that for a reason. Cheap meals were steak and red velvet cake. But Texas Roadhouse is just kind of a staple, right? So I'll probably have it on Friday night when I get ready for my show. How good were those the steak and French fries?
I tried to savor it as long as possible. I'm like, okay, this is because the night before you said I can have a steak. So the night before, you told Alana to get 6 ounces of steak.
That poor
We
girl.
got 8 pounds of steak. I was trying to contemplate how much of it really to eat. So I know I ate more than 6 ounces, but so when I got to Texas Roadhouse, I'm like, oh, this is 6 ounces. All right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm supposed to have. So it was good, and then the French fries, I needed that because I was like delusional for like 4 days, no carbs. So those fries definitely did the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing was the fries. Those were to die for.
Yeah.
Also, just hanging out with you guys for a bit, and everyone just we're all in the same state, hanging out, having a good time, enjoying it. A nightmare.
Man, you guys did good. And now that Friday meal definitely always kind of it puts you in a good spot. You're gonna sleep real nice that night and get ready to go for the morning. And that really does. Say that again.
Right after the fries, you stand out because you're about ready to pass out. Right?
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get a good night's rest.
Yep. Exactly. And Mr. Kellz over here, all he did was talk about getting a pizza.
I was so ready. I've had pizza twice since the show, so I'm good.
Okay, good. And I remember that Friday we were at dinner. You were like, "I'm never doing this again."
Yeah.
Why would you say that? What was going through your head Friday night?
It was just like the cravings just get really bad. Like once you like deprive yourself from stuff that you always eat.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand what my clients go through. Is like, okay, and now I understand why it's so hard for you to give up these foods that you normally eat. I mean, I can still look good and eat like, bad every once in a while. So just giving up those cravings was tough. Getting through those cravings were tough.
Definitely. It's a challenge. Like, I love Oreos. Shit, they're awesome. But I can't have them, right? But it is what it is, and we'll just wait till off season and enjoy them. And the craziest thing is, like, during off season, like, I can have Oreos, and then I still don't buy them that often. It's the funniest thing. It's when you get depleted, down, low on carbs. It's like then you start thinking about all the food that you just want to like dive first in. But yeah, you guys did great. And then so this kind of brings us to Saturday morning. What did you guys expect Saturday for that prejudging?
I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, like all the videos you showed me, I watched all those, but
Yeah.
it's really a different thing when you're getting on stage. It's nothing like just watching those videos.
Yeah.
That's when all the nervousness and jitters really started, because like the whole 3 months that I was getting prepared, I wasn't really nervous. I'm like, I'm a competitor. I do this. This is what I do.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, now I'm watching all these pro bodybuilders on stage. The pros. At first, I'm like, I gotta know how to do a front double bicep. They didn't teach me this. I don't know how to do that. And then you're like, oh, you don't got to do all that. You don't got to do all that. It's just whatever I told you is what you got to know. So
Yeah.
that's what kind of calmed me down a little bit. But yeah, that's how my morning was going.
No, okay. Max, what about you?
For me, honestly, I was expecting to have no clue what was going on or what to do.
Yeah.
But I would say just the preparation that you put us through, just like the guidance you had for us, really set us above above the standard, and made me more comfortable.
Yeah.
Just go out there and do what we've been doing for the past 4 months, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, I put you guys through a lot. And we were able to, practice the staging at the gym. We had the tape, the box, the sidelines.
that was huge. That was huge. It wasn't for that staging practice that we did. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was definitely huge in preparation for it.
One of the things I noticed initially when you guys were on stage, I was like, all right, cool. Like, I felt like I did a good job because you guys didn't look like that was your first time out, right? You guys look comfortable. You look like you belong there. Obviously, that's what the pictures show. So that was like just really cool for me to see you guys like just seemingly be comfortable in that new environment in front of that big crowd. I mean, it was IndyPro. It's a big show, right? And they're bigger ones, but there was a lot of folks in the crowd and just do your thing up there, which is pretty cool. And then when you got backstage, how was that? When you're pumping up and you're looking around, you're seeing all the guys that you're going up against supposedly. What's going through your head as a first time competitor?
That's basically that's really when I started getting the nervousness, is when I got backstage. I'm like, all right, now this is for real now. Like, I got to go on now. Then once we like got into the line, like going up the stairs, that's when it like kind of just like shut off. It was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm prepared. Like I know what I'm doing. I got to find the box, get in the box, and do my pose. I've been doing this for a month now. I know what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I was more than prepared. So yeah, I was good to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, once you're on stage, it was really getting on stage. That was the easy part. It didn't matter how many people were in the crowd. Your mind kind of just leaves your body at that point. But the backstage is where we start to get the jitters, and you're looking around, you're like, damn, everyone's massive back here. Right? Everyone's getting their pump going. Everyone looks like they've got, it's dark room back there.
Yeah.
Everyone's in their zone, so like no one seems friendly at that time.
Yeah.
And then
just
everyone else is
walking up those stairs.
Everyone else is getting their pumps in, and Dave was like, sit down. I'm like, Dave, we got to get our pump in. Everybody else out here looking big, and we just sitting down.
Yeah.
I'm a trust the process.
Yeah, that was another.
Man, I think I went back for a bikini because the missus was competing, and I saw a guy in board shorts, and he was like messing around with bands, and bikini was like the third group of the day, and you guys were at the very end. So I was like, this same dude is still back here doing curls and lateral raises, and I was like, my guys are not going to be doing this. Like, that was my fear. I was like, all right, we're getting the coach pass. I can't let these guys be back there by themselves. Like, nah. And you guys were the only ones. I was like, sit down. Don't touch. No bands, no weights, no nothing.
Yeah. Dave, why don't you explain why you had us? Like, we were literally the only ones that were just sitting there until like the last few moments.
So why?
What was that?
Oh, it's a waste of time. And you're just like pumping blood and muscle, and then what's going to happen is essentially when you work out, you're going to have so much like fluid in the muscle, you're going to start to smooth out. They'll say like you get washed out. So it's like instead of having like Kellz, you had pretty good striated delts, it would just be round. You wouldn't see the muscle separation. So I was back there and I was looking at these bikini girls doing like butt lifts and shit. And I was like, why in the world are you doing that? Like you're just gonna wash your completely. So that's really why I had you guys, the last couple moments just posing and posing hard. Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have you guys do too much go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just I didn't have you guys do much like back workouts or like back stuff, just because like I know your backs, they're both shredded. I don't want to put a bunch of like blood back there and detail gets washed out. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good question.
We were both talking about how once we were on stage and just posing as hard as we could, everything started like cramping up.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we would have been pumped up even more, it just would have been
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always say like expect a cramp.
I cramped up soon as I hit my back pose, and my single.
For some reason, the lower back.
Yeah.
Turned to do my back pose, it started to cramp. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, why now? Why now? But I fought through it. I'm like, I got to hit this. There's no turning back now.
Yeah. There's no turning back.
Ain't no turning back.
Exactly. Man, you guys did awesome. All right, so what was it like being on stage when you had the comparisons? Like, I saw you guys fight for your placings, so that was really cool. Like, Kellz, you definitely stepped in front of the line, right? Max, you were playing elbows with old boy, like. So what was that like? Because for me, when I'm on stage in the comparisons, that's when bodybuilding becomes a sport, right? That's when I get to like, battle it out with the guys next to me.
Yeah, that was fun. That's probably the most fun part of it was being on stage with other guys. Cause it's like now this is the competition. Like it's like okay, this is just me versus me right now. But when you're on stage, like all right, it's me versus you. Like it's time to go. So it's like now I gotta pose you. Now I gotta step up a little bit. Now I gotta like get the judges' attention. But that was the most fun for me. It's just that was my competitive edge I was looking for.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I had a little bit different. Just hitting the back pose, the guy right next to me, bumping elbows with me. That was pretty exciting, honestly. Like, all right, you want to go? Let's go. But yeah, you just really gotta focus on just squeezing every muscle and highlighting your points. And just not thinking about the cramps that you're going through.
Yeah.
And just stick to the plan and just do what you've been doing.
Exactly. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a really good point. Like stick to the plan, pose as hard as you can. Definitely fight for whatever inch that you can get on stage. That's really cool. After that, you guys went home. And you guys both passed out. I was like, are these boys going to, I wasn't too worried. I was like, are these boys going to wake up? Because you guys were at the end, and I was like, all right, whatever.
David sends a text, it's like, checking video. I saw it, I said, not right now.
I definitely did the exact same thing.
No way.
I was like, there's no way I'm getting that right now.
I went home thinking I wasn't tired, and I was sitting there watching some YouTube videos. We just got our meal in, and next thing you know, I'm just dazing off. I said, all right, I'm passing out for a while.
Yeah. That's to be expected. It's all right. It was funny as hell. I think Kellz texted me back like at 5 o'clock. The final started at 4.
Yeah.
But both you guys showed up for finals, so that's all that matters. What would you say is the difference between prejudging and finals? What were your thoughts on that?
Finals definitely went a lot smoother. It was pretty quick and in and out. Definitely didn't go as I expected it to.
Yeah.
When I was up there, they was like, "Oh, this person got fifth. This person got fourth." I'm like, "Oh, so I mean I got third. I mean I got second. Oh, I mean I got first." Yeah. didn't go the way I wanted it to, but I feel like I did pretty well, just especially
Okay.
for my first time being up there. So, and I hate losing, so I'm definitely gonna come back a lot better, a lot stronger, a lot bigger. So it just pushed me to be better.
Gotcha. Max, what would you say the difference between morning and night?
Finals, you're just a hell of a lot less worried. Like you were already up there. You gave it your all.
Yeah.
You just kind of that's your time to really. For me, it was just like, all right, I'm going to show off at this point, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna go up there, show off, strut my stuff, and then collect my trophy and go home.
Yeah. Get your little trophy, go home. Exactly. All right. So today's Monday. You had really 2 days kind of to eat, drink some water, and kind of like reflect on, this whole experience. What would you say, for Max? We've been working together since like I think December, and Kellz, we got together in February. Like, what would you say about this whole time? Like, what were your thoughts?
About the whole since February.
Yeah, does it make sense? Because I always said like Max was like, "Oh, I'm not coming in big enough," or "I need to be." And I said, just wait till after the show, wait till Saturday night, wait till Sunday morning, wait till the pictures come out. Do you guys see all the hard work and like what we were able to accomplish?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense now because I feel like I was definitely one of the most conditioned up there, like definitely like one of the most like leanest. But
You guys were, for the
uh,
rec, you were. You're the most conditioned, hands
yeah,
down.
they definitely had a little bit of size on me, but
Yeah.
once I saw like how I looked compared to how I looked, like okay, now the cardio and the cutting I had to do, it made sense. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think we both had that going for us. We were both probably the leanest on stage. It was just again that muscle maturity and development that we got to work on for next time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, definitely looking back at the pictures, it's like okay, you see yourself, you can see that you belong on this. Put
Yeah.
in the work. You have a place. Come back, do it again, do it better next time. So
yeah,
it was nice satisfaction.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's the best part is like that feeling, that validation that you belong. I remember after last year, I did 2 shows. Right, the first one I think I tied for like 16th out of like 26 guys. After 15, they just give you all 16th places. Kind of sucks. I was like, all right, whatever. But the following week, I went to a bigger show with more competitors, and I placed 10th. And it's like, okay, out of 43 guys, I'm 10th in this group. All right, I belong here. So like it definitely like re-energizes you, give you some confidence, and the next season and going into that off season, which was just super helpful. And I knew the things I needed to work on, and I think we've done a pretty good job. And then one thing I definitely want you guys to realize is when I think I got my pro card, most of the guys I was going up against were, I always say, grown ass men, right? They're in their 30s, right? Most of them had kids, established 401ks. Max, you guys just found out about that. So it's like, it's bodybuilding for a reason. It doesn't happen overnight. You guys are, and that's the hardest thing to tell you guys is like you're young, but you guys have done better than I did on my first show, and you guys are way ahead of the game. So it's just really cool to see. But at Monday night, like what were some of the things you want to work on for the next show during this off season?
definitely want to work on like posing a little bit more. I feel like I
Yeah,
did my posing, but just being more natural with it. I mean, obviously it's not natural, but just letting it flow a little bit better.
yeah,
Definitely want to put on some more size. That's probably the biggest thing for me is put on some more size. Because definitely with my frame, I'm long, so it's gonna make me
yeah.
look smaller anyways because I'm really really long. So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing is posing and then put on some more size.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Max?
Yeah, I mean, I think same. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
Just making the posing, just fine-tuning the posing, and working on that muscle maturity and development overall.
Definitely. One thing about posing, like
You can see the physique like at one, right? It's like the very rounded shoulders, the very round pecs.
Yep. Dense back, really
the
thick.
pyramid, yeah, the denseness.
Yeah. And that's time, right? That's not some shit that happens overnight. I'm willing to bet that guy's. No, I know he's at least 28, 29. Right. So give yourself some grace, some time to keep developing. You guys are on the right direction, right? So I'm not worried about you guys, but definitely we're gonna put some size on you. Kellz, we got like 20, 30 pounds of stage weight we can put on you. Max, you're gonna be probably, we got another 15 we can put on your frame, and half of that for both of you is gonna just be in your back. I say to you guys, you got your updated plans. Enjoy the food for sure. You guys earned it. You deserved it. You had a hell of a showing. And then we're just in the off season, so we're gonna do a bunch of rows. We're gonna do a bunch of pull-ups. We're gonna do a bunch of cable rows. We're gonna be doing a bunch of rack pulls. But that's really, people ask me, how did I get my back so developed? That was what I did, right? It's really that old school shit, holding on to a barbell and not letting go. It seems to work. Yeah.
It's off season. J. Cole decided to put out that on the perfect day. His first day off season, he put out an off season documentary. That was perfect for my pump today. So yeah, I had a great gym day today after that.
Oh man, the gym pumps post show. Oh
Yeah.
I can't beat that.
Yeah.
All carved up.
All carved up. And you got plenty of water in your body finally, and you feel good. You can think.
We're tan still.
Yeah, you still got the tan. I know your girl likes your tan, Max.
Oh yeah.
Mine washed right off. Mine came straight off. Yeah.
Kellz, please, you can't tell me that it came straight off.
I promise, it came straight off. Like all just washed straight off in the shower. It was crazy. I'm like, dang. Good thing
I'm going to see you tomorrow, Kellz. I'm going to be scratching tan off of you for days. Nah, that tan is on there. I just did such a good job evenly applying it is all.
All right, wait till you see me. You gonna see. I'm ready.
I'm gonna see. Well, dude, boys, I got a whole nother meal. I still got to shower, get in bed. But thank you guys for one, trusting me, trusting the process. I know I put you through hell, but you guys look great. And you guys, I think, have the best foundation to excel in this sport. And thanks for hopping on tonight and doing this, and really just documenting like what we accomplished in our short time, and let's keep it going. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David.
Appreciate you.
Anytime.
First guys, honestly.
Yeah. You guys did great. Cool. Well, you boys get your food in, all right? I know you hit chest max, and then Kellz, what'd you hit today? Chest. There we go.
Yeah.
Enjoy that food, gentlemen. Did you guys get that muffin?
No, I didn't. I didn't have time.
Ooh, you're missing out.
I'm about to get my brownies. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, Max has got some slutty brownies waiting on him. Enjoy, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.
All right, see you guys.